Hello everyone, it's Brian. I'm here to review Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 14, today and tomorrow. Sorry this review is kinda late. I thought this was a good episode for the most part. So the episode starts out with Morgan talking to Al on the camera about his wife Jenny and his son Dwayne, which is cool. We find out that Jenny was from North Carolina and that she hated the water. And Morgan talks about how Dwayne wanted a dog, was bad at baseball, and read comic books and even made him a Father's Day card one year. Back in the present, Al notices that one of her gasoline canisters is gone, and she knows that there's a person around, which is a pretty cool touch of realism. Morgan and Al find this guy named Tom who is on the run and needs gas to get away, so they see some people on horses and they all hide in the van. So first it was Tess and her son, then Chuck, although he died, then Wes, and then Jacob, and then that girl Serena last episode, and now Tom. I'm really hoping that they're done adding characters to the Fear cast. We really need to start seeing some real deaths again. Anyways, back to the episode. Morgan, Al, and Tom hide from the settlers from the last episode and don't get caught. I was actually kind of tense here because I really didn't know if they were going to get caught or not. So apparently Tom was a homeowners associate and he came from Paradise Ridge where him, his sister Janice, and a couple other dozen people live. Although we don't see all those other people, we just see settlers in this episode. But he was forced to leave when settlers came in and forced themselves in. The place fell in disrepair, so they wanted to kill Tom for what happened because I guess they thought he was useless. We also get some Grace and Daniel in this episode with a little skin mark, which is always good. They're gathering supplies and find out that Logan hit the oil fields, so they take off. Back with Morgan and Al. Al thinks that the settlers might have some connection to Isabel from the CRM because both groups talk about the future. Morgan decides to go with her to get Janice from the community. Meanwhile, Daniel and Grace get stuck on the road because their truck breaks down because they're carrying too much weight. They talk about being realists and optimists and how they're doing good by helping people. They leave the truck behind to find somewhere to sleep for the night. Al and Morgan sneak into the community, and I think Morgan gets triggered from the horse or something. That was a bit of a weird scene. I don't know if anyone can explain it, but that was kind of weird. Morgan and Al see one of their oil rig trucks come to the gate, so they know the settlers were at their oil fields. Morgan goes to find Janice, but comes across a recently turned walker of someone who apparently was sent after Janice but got killed by her instead. We also see Al looking for a story and whether or not the settlers have any connection to the CRM. Back with Daniel and Grace, they talk and they get attacked by some walkers, and Daniel loses his records. And I knew he shouldn't have brought those. And anyways, they don't get bit. They leave, and back to the episode. It doesn't look like, but apparently there are communities, all over Texas and the rest of the United States, and there's no connection to the CRM. It doesn't look like it, but there are communities. Al gets attacked by the walker that Morgan fought earlier, and they fall in a pool, but Morgan saves her. Unfortunately, they get caught, which was surprising, and I really thought they were in some serious trouble. Morgan and Al get interrogated, or more like questioned by Virginia or Ginny. She's like the princess from Prince. If Princess was a villain, that would be her. If someone doesn't know the princess, she's a goofy character from the comic books that we should see in the main show in a couple seasons. Who she's like perky and cherry, like happy, and even if it makes her look really weird. She tells Morgan about how Logan is dead and that they want the oil fields. They want the same things that they do, but just in different ways. I'm wondering if she'll become a real villain or if she'll just be like another Logan. Al asks her if they have anything like helicopters, but Jeannie laughs because they literally just got gasoline to power the generators recently, so there's no way they're aligned with the CRM. I'm kind of glad because it wouldn't really make sense for the CRM to work with the pioneers because the CRM, uh, the CRM are secretive. They while the settlers aren't. I don't think those make sense. You know, I really hope that we get to see the CRM again soon in the finale, though, because if we don't, that'll literally qualify as filler. Ginny lets Morgan and Al go with their stuff, even her camera. Meanwhile, Daniel and Grace wake up and they talk about how Daniel thought he was going to be alone for the rest of his life, but that changed when he, met, Charlie and decided to socialize again with people, and and he fought, uh, you know, a cause to fight for. He, looked for something to, wake up to every night. And it turns out that Daniel wanted to get the records for Charlie so she can listen to real music. And Grace takes a guitar, and Grace wants Daniel to sing the lyrics. And it's a cool moment, like an Easter egg, I guess, because the real actor for Daniel is pretty sure he's a popular singer and musician, right? Anyway, um, so even though it's not romantic, Daniel and Grace have good chemistry, so I like the scene. There's good humor in it. And meanwhile, Al is interviewing Morgan again, and Morgan asks Al if she cares about the person from the helicopter, which is obviously Isabel. And when she says yes, Morgan takes out his walkie-talkie to try and contact Grace. Morgan says that he wants to talk. Daniel picks up, and Grace is having another illness episode. She's breathing heavy, sweating, in pain, cold. Morgan tells Grace that they're coming for the two of them. It really looks like Grace is going to die this season, probably in the finale. Next episode, it looks like the group is running um, out of food and water, and they're on foot. So they probably ran out of gas too. Also, I'm really hoping that we see the like Samora Sinclair girl, like from the Owl Tape episodes or webisodes, because we saw them and we should start seeing some characters from them. Like, are they just background characters in the show now? Because they literally had a webisode a couple minutes long, so that's kind of weird. Anyway, it looks like our group's gonna have to probably say goodbye to the SWAT van because if they run out of gas, they can't use that SWAT truck. It also looks like Grace's condition will be the main focus next episode, and it looks like Ginny will begin to terrorize the group, maybe to convince them in joining uh, her. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the most part. So I like the character interactions in this episode. The actors for Grace and Daniel have good chemistry. I did enjoy watching this more than last episode because we had like new threats and new location. This episode was good, a good setup episode for the last two episodes of the season. We had no Alicia, Strand, June, John, or the kids in this episode, although it made sense with the timeline because it's happening at the same time as last episode. I also think that the dialogue was better in this episode. I don't think anyone really did anything incredibly stupid in this episode as well. Unlike last episode, I hope next week's episode is a great one because Fear really needs it right now. Not a lot of people are happy with Fear. So that's gonna be it for my review. Until next time, guys. Bye.